everybody, Bruce Becker here for a ZILDJIAN drum set workout. My topic today is what I call time concepts. So what do I mean by that? I want to play two different rhythmic feels and get a smooth transition from the A to the B. What is the A? The A rhythm will be a 6/8 Afro-Cuban rhythm, and the B will be what I call a jazz mambo. And the reason I refer to it as the jazz mambo is because that is more reminiscent of what I heard from listening to Alvin Jones or Art Blakey or Billy Higgins. And if you don't know who those players are, there are great resources on YouTube to look back historically and get a sense of where those guys were coming from and be able to look back and draw from their experience, their contributions. But the real issue at hand is let's get some counting systems going and kind of feel a good, easy transition from a triplet-based rhythm to a 16th note-based rhythm. Now, I identified the 6/8 rhythm in 6/8, and that's truly how it is supposed to be written and felt. That's still triplet-based, but I counted out an 8th note triplet. So it'll be written in triplets, but I do want to go through it in 6/8 just to identify that counting system. And I think it's very valuable to really get into counting systems to fortify your understanding of what you're playing rhythmically. So let's carry on with the 6/8 first. We'll go into the mambo after. And the 6/8 rhythm, again, I'm going to play my bass drum on 1 and 4. So those would be technically dotted quarter notes. That allows for me to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's got a triplet feel to it. So I'll put my hi-hat on the 4, and underneath it would seem as if I'm playing in 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's get comfortable and count that out in 6/8 time. Hang right here nice and slow. I'll see if I can keep everything steady and flowing, and I'll count along as well. Let's get that verbal skill a little bit developed. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the 6/8 version. Now let's really go into the heart of it with the triplet version. I have two modes of counting 8th note triplets. I have the old school, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and But my very first teacher brought forward to me that triplets are meant to be played evenly spaced. So he took the word evenly, took off the syllable eve, and put numbers so that I would not misunderstand that for the 8th note 2/16, which would also be counted 1 and That would just be a different rhythmic flavor, but the same count. So in other words, he didn't want me to conflate the two. So we played our triplets: 1 and Lee, 2 and Lee, 3 and Lee, 4 and Lee. I might default to either one. So if you hear me juxtaposition into counting 1 and Lee, 2 and Lee, forgive me, it's just a habit. And I also like to break it up into 1 and 2 and especially when I'm breaking up the symbol pattern into subgroupings of 8th note triplets. So here is our triplet count. 2, 3 with the simple. 1, 2 and 4. Let's keep that conveyor belt of time going on the underside. Now I'm going to play intermittently add my left hand parts. Let's do 8 bars of the cross stick on the of 1. Then let's add that first tom, which is a single tom on the of 2. Then we'll add the cross stick on the middle beat of triplet 3, ending up with the 2 toms on the Anna of 4. So just the left hand would be, let's just play that left hand by itself so we can focus on that rhythm. 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2. So if you're not clear on getting a cross stick, heel of the palm on the drum, keep the stick tip on the drum as if it's like a little hinge back there, and keep your hand cupped to get a nice solid cross stick. I'm going to stop here so I can speak about that. And you want to hit maybe about, it's not quite a third of the stick. You can get variable tones. You can come a little bit more towards the middle of the stick, get more of a clunky, clubby sound. You can come back to the tip, to the last maybe couple inches, and get a very thin kind of papery sound. Or you can get that nice resonant tone. I err on that. I think that sounds more representative of what that sound's supposed to emulate, and that would be a conga slap. So, that being said, let's go back now and put the cymbal pattern in, and I'll go 4 bars, and I'll add each part. So I'll start with my cross stick on the of 1. Actually, I'll do the cymbal pattern first for 4 bars. Then I'll add the cross stick for 4 bars. Then I'll add that first tom, so we'll have those 2 parts. Then the third note, which would be the second cross stick, and then ended up with the toms. And we'll hang there, and then we have our whole 6/8 pattern constructed. Here we go. 4 bars of time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, there it is. That's the 6/8 pattern. Let's run it just a little bit faster. We'll play right from the get-go, all the parts, and I'll hang there for about 16 bars. Let's see if I can keep my concentration together, keep the good conveyor belt of time going, and play that pattern. Play along with me, stay stable. Again, going back to my methodology of counting and tracking, you want to really be able to track what's going on and make sure that you're able to stay with what the thought process is so you don't lose yourself. If you play it too quickly, you might not be able to hang and get that left hand to sit in the right spot. So better to play it slow, be methodical, be patient. Nothing comes from doing nothing, and patience is truly the virtue when we practice. All right, so here we go, a little bit faster. 1, 2, all the parts. So there you go. There's the 6/8 components. Have fun with those. Start with those and get super comfortable with those before we start to juxtaposition into the other rhythm. Always good to really know where you are and sit firm in that. Get that conveyor belt of bass drum and hi-hat to really sit comfortably under your time with the cymbal and with your left hand. And get a relaxed feel as best you can. Just really work hard on that. And again, the bigger overriding concept that you want to take away from this is how smooth are your transitions. Creating a flow. All right, so that is part 1, 6/8 rhythm. Bruce Becker. Peace.